This month, we're going to dive into how I came up with the concept of subliminal story art. And follow along as you're going to see how integral of a part you are in the whole subliminal story art experience. After I share with people that I create something called subliminal story art, where it's art with intention embedded with meaning, I often get the question of, how did you come up with that concept? Well, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and enjoy the journey of how it all came to be. When I was really little, my mom used to take me to a bunch of art classes, and that creativity spark would be fuel for the rest of my life and will continue to be. I took that a little bit more of an entrepreneurial role as I grew up, and I started washing cars. I loved to see the before and after. A neighbor would drop off their car, it would be dirty, I'd wash it and deliver it spick and span, clean and polished. I then loved doing lawn care. With my neighborhood friend, we created lawnscapers, and we would arrive, a lawn would need cut, would trim it, cut it, blow all of the grass away, and really would leave the space in a much better place than we arrived. Well, fast forward through college, and I went to school for marketing, always connected to brand and how all of those things developed and came together. And I went into the advertising sales world and was in that space for almost a decade. Well, fast forward to 2008, and there was some economic changes, and I started looking and evaluating a lot of different things of what I was doing. And you know, that creative spark would begin to start to show back up again, which was absolutely a challenging point in my career, and also a most amazing, expansive part of where I was actually going to head. Well, in 2011, I started actually a new business, and one of my first ever events was a life balance workshop. And in that audience, Nancy was in there, and she heard the story of how I loved doing art when I was a little kid. And she said, "Have you ever painted?" And I said, "No." She said, "You should." I said, "Okay, I will." So I did. And this whole story is in my book called Look at What's Inside. And Nancy was a very key point to help me remember that creative spark that is inside. Now, as I've continued to do subliminal story art, what I've really connected to is not only just the before and after, but also the connection back to myself. And then as I connected back to myself, I was able to really connect with all of those around. And so my invitation with subliminal story art is, in those experiences, it's for us to reconnect back to a part of ourselves that we may have sent to the corner for them to go sit there for a while, for us to be able to summon them back at a later time in life. Well, that's the gift that I gave myself with subliminal story art, and that's the gift that I choose to give to everyone that I have an opportunity to interact with. Because the more we have an opportunity to connect with ourselves, the more we have an opportunity to connect with those in our community. It's one of the main reasons why subliminal story art is, I often say, my art is more about the connection in the community than it is even about the art. And so subliminal story art has really transformed into subliminal art experiences. And it's because I am inviting everyone to get an opportunity to reconnect back to themselves so they can reconnect back with our community. Because as we are healed ourselves and we heal each and every single one of the people that we talk to, that is what subliminal story art is and will be and is going to continue to be. So thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to have this opportunity to create inspiration from you, have connection with you, and generate the meaning from you. Because this is all about creating, connecting, and community.